Hello, my name is Manyana Ruth, and one of my strengths is that I am really good at communication and really good at leadership. And one of the ways that I have done that is through joining a debate club in my university days at Mount Kenya University. And at first, I was just a member who was shy and introverted, self-doubt and insecure. And later on, I've been a secretary, and then um, somebody who is a president. And at that time, I had to coordinate with the dean of the students, and I had to have conversation, discussion with other members and do research and get the point across where I should not take things personally and go with what is the topic of the day, where I had to be positive or negative, like affirmative or opposition. And that taught me communication, public speaking, and not being an overthinker, and go with the flow, go with the spirit of this is a research, this is a topic with teamwork. And it is one of my strengths because I am observant. I observe the situation, I read the room, and I am able to work with different personalities, work with people of different backgrounds. It has taught me not to take myself seriously, and it's actually one of the best way that I could say I can learn, I can adapt, and I can show results. And yeah, those are like my strengths. I love also mental stimulate. So I love writing, I love reading, but being also shy, so I don't have like something to show off because of that. But this is a great opportunity for me and for also your company, so that I could help you as well as the country in whole. I have also learned all this through my university days, because in university I thought what was important was memorization, academics, and getting your grades up. But overall, I've learned that teamwork, communication is important to make your point across well, asking questions, because misunderstandings could acquire or be able to stop someone to have a good experience, because different personalities, different emotions. I've learned to not take things seriously, and that someone could have a bad day and not that they're a bad person. And I've learned that through debate, through my university, but also during internship and work outside. I've learned that responsibility and accountability is a major thing to learn personally. Maturity is really important, because um, being accountable when you make a mistake and being teachable has taught me that, okay, you have to be open-minded, you have to allow feedback, and you have to introspect yourself and have an attitude that you are capable and you are a good person and they're a good person, not having some background noise of insecurity and self-doubt come into your way. one of the reasons that shaped who I was in high school was that I was a loner. I did not know how to make friends. But so I chased people. I chased, like, pick me, like, choose me to be my friend. But I did not know how to make or maintain friends. So I had to learn through isolation, where I said, I am enough, I am a good person, and I don't need material stuff like pocket money or the coolest shoes. You know, I was enough. My character, my personality, my voice was good enough, because I thought that my character would limit me to move forward, where I was introverted, quiet, not into gossip or trendy stuff, but I had learned over the years to appreciate myself. So one of those examples were in high school, advanced level. I was in humanities. Most of my friends were in science. So I had to spend time on a Wednesday by my own. So I went to the library on my own, the National Library. So I had to take a ticket. So I had to save. And yeah, those moments of like, okay, I can do something on my own and enjoy it was one of the ways that shaped who I am. And even sharing a meal with different people who were like really different helped me to say like, oh, I'm a lovable person, I am a confident person, I can have a conversation without changing my morals, essentially, because I'm a Christian, but not that Christian. I don't know all my Bible verses, but most of my friends were Muslims, because I wanted people who had good qualities. So who were confident, kind, and not judged by how somebody looked or what they had. And going to, wow, teamwork. A lot of group projects in high school and in universities. In a team group assignment where we had a deadline and people were not communicating, people were not saying who will do what, only maybe like 3 people would do that. So one of the biggest challenge was, okay, fairness. Like, the smart are the ones who are doing the work alone and others are just cruising by. So it made me feel unease, and that is why I have made sure that I greet each and everybody and I know who they are and I know their strength, so that I could say, hey, how are you? Do you know each other? That you are good. Like, I would connect people so that they could say like, oh, somebody in 10 questions, each and everybody has the question, at least 5 different people have the same. And if they are working, somebody has to present. So one of the challenges that I faced during teamwork is, what could I do? I mean, I'm not that smart, but I don't want to be one of those people who cruise over. So yeah, I had to find courage in myself and bravery enough to say, the elephant in the room that, okay, this is unfair and I want to learn. And yeah, when I meet, I occasionally face the same when outside of work or outside of university, where I am challenged with envy and feelings and taking things personally again by different groups, different members. And so yeah, those are what I would do differently now is communicate early, make sure people know each other and their level of comfort. So one of the things that I still remember about like moments that I'm proud of during university is the first or the second day of university. We had a class of communication skills and nobody knew each other at that time. And in my group, like there were 9 groups and I was in the ninth, and each person was 20 members, so nobody knew each other. And we had to make the assignment for like 1 hour was, okay, make a business and introduce yourself, like introduce the business and how it works. And at, at the time, you should not make your university the business, right? And then the second question was like, give like the communication, why is it good? Like it was maybe 4 C's or 7 C's of clarity, clear communication, stuff like that. So I remember that, okay, everybody were like, let's do this, let's do that. It was like a befriending conversation and assignment. At the moment of like representing or presenting in front of people, nobody wanted to do that. And the first 3 people who presented, they were booed because it was like the R and the L is not clear. The business that they presented were the university, so it was like chaos after chaos. And then the lecturer was like, okay, I beg you, please, like, is there anyone else? Is there anyone else? I remember my heart was pumping. I was so scared. I was sweating. My hands were sweating. And I was like, okay, I cannot do this. And everybody were like, oh, come on, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. I did. My paper was shaking. The microphone was shaking. But I did the second question. Everybody did the business thing, but they could not do the second. So I was like, okay, the second the second question is ABCDEF, like, but I was really confident. Nobody knew. I had skipped a lot of things, but the reason why I'm so proud of that is that I was scared and it showed me, oh, I can speak in front of people. That is why it led me to friends that I had, because it was the second day, so they had the first impression of who I am, that I am impulsive, that I am like funny, that I was like, you know, not taking myself too seriously, because oh my god, I was stressed, but nobody knew. I had the first impression people see you is like hard to remove, so people thought that I was smart, and it gave me a confident boost. And also